Hey everybody, if you're new here, my name's Jake. Hopefully you're returning to come see the awesome progress on my game, the Coup Zone. Last time that I did a devlog, I think I kind of rambled a little too long, so I think this time we're going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point, just get the updates right to you. So my original inspiration for this game was Neo Scavenger, but I don't think that I have quite the abilities to get that quality of a game. One of the things I saw somebody suggest was to go on to Steam databases and essentially filter by games that are similar to yours and look at the feedback that they got, the issues that they faced, and what they did that was really awesome. I found this game called Infinite Survival, which not really the same as what I'm doing, but similar enough. There's grid-based movement, it's survival-based, and it's small, and my game's going to be small too. One of the things that came up in the feedback of Infinite Survival was the fact that it had no save. And weirdly enough, my game doesn't have a save either, and it just completely blindsided me. I had never thought that you would need a save feature, because in my mind, this game is to be played in one sitting. Maybe you could get 30 or 40 minutes out of a run if you were being really meticulous, but most runs are less than 10 minutes in my game. But hey, if you were really far in the game and the game crashed, or you had to go leave and do something, it would be super frustrating to have to start all the way over when you made such great progress. Luckily, previously I needed to save a lot of the game objects when you transition from the main scene into the battle scene. There's probably like a Godot scene manager that I don't understand how to use. I think I've Googled around and seen it, but I just did it the easy and the dirty way, and I took all of the tiles and all of the game objects and I basically stuck them in an auto load script and then referenced them from the battle scene, and then when I transfer back to the main scene, I just reload them all from that auto load script. So because of this jank, I basically kind of had like a semi-save system already. So I just looked up the Godot documentation on saving to a file and just dumped all of the data from that auto load script into a file. Obviously I couldn't literally dump it. So Godot has the instance to dictionary and dictionary to instance helper methods, which basically like serialize into, dictionary JSON stuff. Problem with this is that obviously it's gonna serialize like references and a bunch of garbage that I don't really care about. So I ended up having to write my own serialization. There might be a better way to do it, but I just wanted to avoid literally serializing an entire object and just take the relevant data and put that in a JSON file and then rehydrate my objects from the JSON on load. Unfortunately, when you serialize to JSON, everything gets turned into a float. Most of the things I'm working with are integers. I mean, for example, like money could technically be a float. That's okay, so you can have dollars and cents and stuff, but like all of the stats and stuff need to be ints. So when I convert back, I have to actually set them as integers. Another issue with serialization is the way that my items are set up. So in my system, there are different states of an item, but they're represented as different items. For example, you could have a water bottle, and then when the water bottle is empty, you have an empty water bottle. You would think that that would just be the same item with different states on it, like a different enum or something, but I've set it up as two completely different objects. There's an item called water bottle, and there's an item called empty water bottle. And water bottle has a reference to empty water bottle, and when you use the water bottle, it removes itself from the inventory and adds the empty water bottle item to your inventory. So from the player's perspective, not really a big difference. From the coding perspective, this is a circular reference. This only becomes an issue when you try to serialize it into JSON. So in this case, I had to change my code basically so that when the items are serialized, any references to other items are not serialized. Rather, we just take the item name that it's pointing to. And then on deserialization, we actually create the references. So now that the save feature is like more or less implemented, and if my crappy code crashes, you can actually reboot the game and continue on the run where you're at, I wanted to get to like the actual focus of this last week, which was increasing replayability. This is something I talked about last time. So the easiest low-hanging fruit here was really to improve the survival checkpoint rewards, which happen every set amount of time, and it depends on the difficulty you have set. So if you have it set at easy, you get a level up reward every 5 days, mediums every 10 days, and hard, there are no level up rewards. The level up rewards themselves are just randomized cards, and they give like stat bonuses and stuff like that. But I figured like, shouldn't these be more entertaining and more fun, and this will improve the replayability. So now we have some like really cool ones. I added one called Russian Roulette. So, you know, 1 out of 6 chances. You probably can guess what happens. But if you survive, you get 20 luck. There's another one where you find a dead smuggler's body and you just find a ton of stimulants. There's another one called Ancestor's Bounty where items from your last run that you died on can now be picked up at totem poles. So if you had a really good run last time and you dropped good items, you might be able to reclaim them. So I mean, like, these are interesting rewards that could actually change how you play the game on your run. The only criticism I have of this is that it incentivizes playing on lower difficulties. I mean, you know, if you really like the game, you would ideally play it on a higher difficulty to try to challenge yourself. But then you're kind of missing out on these fun moments from the level up rewards. So I'm trying to come up with a creative way to increase replayability on higher difficulties as well as lower difficulties. To that end, one idea I have is just introducing a mechanic that's actually only present on higher difficulties. And I'm thinking that should be sanity. So sanity should be like a measurement of your mental state, the mental state of the character. Obviously things like injuring yourself or doing drugs or, you know, having status effects should reduce your sanity. And things like visiting totem poles, eating fresh fruit and vegetables that are foraged from the land, and like interacting socially with people, mainly traders, should increase your sanity level. I'm not really sure what the debuff or penalty of having a low sanity meter is. I think maybe it should impact your reputation or favor with traders, or it could even have some unreliable narrator effect where you start to like lose items or misplace things or just flub luck rolls or things like that. It could be an interesting mechanic that's only available on higher difficulties to challenge players. Lastly, I just kind of wanted to tune up the whole experience and try to put some effort towards making it look a little bit better. I got a pixel art animal pack and implemented that. I really liked the old picture of the cougar that was like really big, but it just needed to be consistent with all of the other art and needed to be kind of believable, I guess, when compared to the other pixel assets. So this animal pack is at least consistent and about the same size as the player characters, so I think I'm going to stick with this. Additionally, I did spend some time on redoing the tiles, but the animations that I created were really great. But I spent almost 2 full days on this, and I still probably had another day's worth of work here. So I just had to shelve this work. It's something I definitely want to come back to, because when I look at the old animations, I cringe, and I know that the new animations show how smooth and awesome it could be. I just can't justify the time being spent. I still need to fix more issues and build out the replayability and make the game just a lot more deep versus it looking pretty and having pretty animations. Speaking of pretty animations, another thing I learned is about tweens, which is basically just a way to animate properties or various things over time without, you know, getting into animation players and things. Something kind of interesting, and I think this points out that I'm starting to pick up on Godot a little bit, is the way you instantiate these tweens, I guess, can be different. But I noticed that Godot was just completely bricking for me when I was creating tweens for all the different tiles as they animate. I looked at the actual code and it seems like nodes are being added to the tree, and it brings up the question, you know, the programmer brain says, well, how are they getting removed? Is this what is bricking Godot because there's like 900 tweens just sitting in my scene tree? And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. So you actually have to bind the tween to a node if you want it to automatically, I guess, free the resources associated with it. And in my case, I'm just doing simple animations, and once the animation's finished, you can recycle the tween. We don't need it anymore. And once I implemented that, Godot sped up fine, and the performance was great again. So just something to note, I guess, if you're using a ton of tweens, I guess, you know, be careful the way that you instantiate and remove them. Last thing to note of mention, I implemented a reputation system with the traders. So the existing favor system basically worked as you traded with a trader. The favor with that specific trader increased, which means you got better prices when you bought from them. Pretty straightforward. But the reputation system is similar. However, the way it works is that every day that you trade with any trader, your reputation increases with all traders. So it's not multiple trades in a day, it's just as long as you make at least one trade a day, your reputation will increase that day. And every time your reputation increases, all traders on the map get one more item in their inventory. And then at various different points of reputation levels, you get items that are added of different loot rarities. So for example, after your reputation reaches 7, every trader on the map gets a rare item added to their inventory. So it's kind of worth it to increase your reputation if your character has a high wisdom, or you just have access to a lot of traders on the map, and you can boost up their inventory and possibly get some really rare items. But that's it for this week. I've got a trailer that I just finished that's going up on my Steam page, and then I'm submitting the builds to be reviewed. So looking really good for that July 1st week release date. Super excited about the game. If it looks interesting to you, please go wishlist it, check it out. And I think that's it for me. I'm going to leave you guys with a little clip of me playing the game to see how it's done. All right, see ya. All right, let's show you how it's done. So, I think Steven is the easiest character, so I'm going to start with him, and I like to put 2 points in luck and 2 points in wisdom, which gives us a nice amount of starting items and good feats. Okay, pretty good spawn. Generally, we want to survey from a mountain. Okay, so we have a totem pole, a couple cell towers, water on a mountain, or a stream on a mountain, so let's head to that stream. Try to get some water in our system. Okay, we didn't get gastroenteritis, but I'm gonna drink a little bit more and then use the antacids that I spawned with. That gets rid of the status effect. Now we need to find a clean source of water. So I'm gonna move to this mountain range. Okay, so we have a tent, a trader, a totem pole, and another tent. I'm gonna move to the trader first. Unfortunately, they don't have any sources of water, but they do have a, let's see. Okay, let's just take the acorns and the cattails and eat those. And from here, let's move north. There's quite a bit of mountain ranges here, so maybe there'll be a stream. Unfortunately not. I'm gonna move a little bit farther north and survey one more time. Okay, tough luck. I think we're gonna need to drink from this stream right here on this tile. Go west, west, and then south, and drink. Okay, unfortunately we got gastroenteritis. I do have a sports drink that can hold me over if I lose too much water. Okay, I lost the gastroenteritis and we're at 67 water, so we're doing okay. Okay, first checkpoint. I don't really think we need stimulants. Vision Quest is great because this allows us to passively scan for the exfil, so I'm going to choose that. And then move west and then survey. Okay, there's actually a stream on this mountain range and we found the exfil. So we still need to know the exfil day. I'm gonna go north and go to this mountain range and drink this water. Hopefully we don't get gastroenteritis. We didn't. That was very lucky. We need to find a clean water source. We're barely surviving without one. Okay, there's a trader here. Maybe I can find a... Okay, we got the exfil position, but we already knew it was right here. I'm out of water. I'm taking damage. Hopefully the trader has something good for me. Unfortunately not. The duffel bag is good, but it's $44. Let's see. I'm gonna take the antacids so that we can drink more water. That might be dirty and safe. And I will take, I guess, the beef stroganoff and then finalize that trade. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and eat the trail mix. I'll eat the beef stroganoff as well. We can use the vitamins to heal ourselves. And I need water immediately, so I'm gonna go north to this tile. I'm probably gonna get gastroenteritis. That's fine. I'm just gonna overdrink myself. Okay, I'm at 134 water. Now I'm gonna use the antacids. Okay, so I got rid of the gastritis, but I have 134 water and I need to find a clean water source because I'm running out of time here. I'm gonna go to this mountain range. Okay, another checkpoint. We can boost our int, our strength and int, or get a bunch of stimulants. I think in this case, the strength and int would be better, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, still no clean water source. Still, okay, we have a water source on a mountain. Hopefully we get away without, we got gastroenteritis. Okay, oh wow, okay, we didn't take any damage from that. That's good, we didn't throw up at all. We're just really not getting any luck. Ah, man. We are not getting much luck at all. Okay, another trader. There's a lot of traders on this map. Okay, survival checkpoint. There are some totem poles to the north, but I'm not super stoked on that. I think, oh yeah, fate is the best one. Boosts all of our stats. All right, for the trader. Okay, this is pretty good, actually. A lighter and a... If we could get some sort of large container for water would be really good. Let's buy the lighter. And let's buy... Well, I have a sports drink. Let's see. Is there anything else that would be good? I guess I'll buy the blackberries. This will give me a little bit of water content and calories. Okay, so let's go ahead and consume the blackberries. We'll take the lighter and the sports drink. I'll drink the sports drink. Now, if we can find some water bottles, we can fill them with impure water and then craft pure water. So there's a campsite down here. Okay, I'm already out of water. I didn't think that one through. The nearest stream is pretty far away. This was not a good choice. I think my best option is going to head east and really hope that there's a stream nearby. Oh my goodness, there is. We're saved. Okay, there's a frozen stream and a water tower. I don't think I'm going to make it to the stream or the water tower without... I'm going to be taking too much damage. So I'm going to go north and then east. I'm already at 400 health points, so I'm going to drink this water, which gives me gastroenteritis, but that's just enough to get to the next tile with the water tower. And from here, I can end my day early. This allows me to get my health back up to 450. Additionally, I can spend some time foraging here, and now I have some water bottles. Additionally, I can fill this, and I have a sports drink refilled. So I have 3 water bottles with clean water and a lighter in case I need to boil more water. So this is a good setup. All right. Now, the exfil is up in the top northwest, and it's on day 1. I have 10 days I need to burn. There's not going to be any water up there. We already explored. So it would be good to probably leave with 6 days of time. So I'm going to forage a little bit here. See if I can get my calories up. Salmon berries. Let's see. Do we want to buff wisdom, intelligence? I'm going to say wisdom, so that increases our foraging skills. Yeah, so here we got some more blackberries. Animal bone. I don't really want to keep any of that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just spend the next 2 days healing. Now I'm going to overhydrate myself. We have 6 days. I'm going to start moving north. So I'm just going to be tanking up north and trying to get to that exfil as soon as I can. We need to arrive on day 1. I will boost my common sense. We'll go north. We'll go north. Okay, I think we're going to make it. We've got 5 days left. And now I'm at 25 water, so I'm going to consume this water bottle. Sports drink, I should say. Okay, we're getting close. We're on day 4, day 3. Okay, I'm out of water, so I need to drink these other 2 water bottles. Okay, I need to make it 2 days, and I have 32 ounces of water. I'm going to move to the west. We're going to drink this water. Wow, I didn't contract gastroenteritis. That's awesome. Okay, so we need to go to the east once, and then the east again. It's day 2. I have 6 AP left. I think I made it. I'm going to end the day, and we're going to extract out on day 1. We made it. Look at that. Amazing. First try. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.